So, good morning, guys. As you can see, it's the morning time and a very small amount of lights you can see around me. It's a time when I wake up, and the first video I saw on the YouTube was around a Mufti was having a debate with Javed Akhtar. The topic was, do God exist or not? Like a lot of things Javed Akhtar said, and that was dominant. And that is really intellectual to ask the questions to the orthodox that they are not having any proof for the God. They are just saying that reach to a limit of the creation. You will stop thinking. Uh, the one word they were saying, like the relativity, like the cognizance of the universe. Actually, every creation is dependent upon a creation, and behind any act, there is an act. So he was trying to say that, and he was trying to convince that there is a thing that is called God who pushed everything, and all this creation is going on in a pattern, and such a beautiful universe we are getting here. I want to make him correct because when you are seeing in the current scenario in the present, everything is perfect. Our lungs are working properly, our body parts, our brain. You can see the universe, the oxygen level, the habitual zone we are having on the earth. That is a different thing. It was not always like that. We have evolved after a long journey. Like at the start, there was nothing. There was a fire rock that is called Earth. The moon was created, the gravity was created, then the water started settling. There was a single atom species. Like it was random. There was a molecular structure which started uh, uh, copying itself, which started reproducing itself, and that started to evolve. That it was made like that was following a pattern according to how nature behaves, and that learned, that evolved their pattern, that how it can be beautifully adjustable in this nature. And a lot of species were created from then. The sea water species were there. A lot of things we are still exploring in our seas, like a lot of species are there. Those are existing on a lot of higher pressure of the sea. When you go in the depth, a lot of pressure is there. Still the species are existing there. The different molecular structure of their body, the different habitual zone of them. And some of the species which came out of the sea and they started living on the land, and they adjusted in the parameter of air. They started uh, having some air in their lungs, which will be then responsible for the creation of the energy in their body. And that was like that. It wasn't like the brain having species were there. We were so smart from the start. Like they proposed a theory of Adam and Eve, like Adam or Lady Hawa. There was nothing like that. There is no proof of that. These are just false nonsense stories, which is made by human. Anybody can prove it. All of the religious beliefs, you can speak about Hinduism, you can speak about Islam, you can speak about Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism. You can speak about starting Abrahamic religions like Judaism was there, the Christianity. Like these all are having a pattern. A lot of religions was there, a lot of beliefs were there which just disappeared because some other religion or culture was dominant. They forced their stories over them, and people started converting. It's a simple pattern. Beyond all this, if you talk about the scientific fact, if you talk about uh, the super physical, metaphysical reality, that beyond our universe there will be some space. Like our universe started expanding. Our universe was made from a very single, uh, like very ultra gravitational point that exploded, and after the big bang our universe was created. So there was some creator who mattered. There was no pattern behind the universe, and there is no proven theory for the creation of the universe too. We have just an observation. Science is also an observation, but when we talk about science, and let's be very clear that science is not a very different topic. Science is everyday life. What we observe there, we propose some theory, and we have developed a method that when we are having the proof of anything, we will believe that, and we will evolve with the time, and we will have some better proofs and better understanding of that incident happening. We will having the different idea of the objects, how they are existing, the fundamental forces are there, and those fundamental forces are not created by someone. Those fundamental forces are just the observation how the universe is existing. Even there is no proof of that, like why that force is acting exactly like that, why, and why there is no other force. If then also we will put a logic that if there will be some other forces, if there will be some other instances of the creation of the universe, there will be some other species, there will be some other form of consciousness, there will be some other form of knowledge. Like when we talk about the transfer of the energy, the transfer of the communication, we have a limited 3D world. There can be the dimensions which is beyond our understanding. There can be the existing species in between us. They don't know about us, we don't know about them. We are just seeing our reality, they are seeing their own reality. So there is no proven thing like God. And 2000 years back, 3000 years back, there was no one able to specify something like God which is superior than anything. Like in that metaphysical scenario, when we talk about the existence of a God naming thing, there can be a lot of probabilities with that. So we need to think about that probabilities also. So if anybody is rigidly, very radically saying that the God exists, and the God exists in the exact beliefs they are proposing for the God, that will not be valid. That will not be even accepted. It's just a bullshit. And I will only believe for a thing which is really proven. For that, we are having some real logics that on the base of this pattern, we can define this. This is existing, and our knowledge has reached to that limit only. When we are wrong, we accept that. When we are right, we accept that. Just we are getting rigid to a point that there will be something where we can stop. That is God. Isn't proved. It's just a paradox. A lot of paradoxes like that can exist. I will say that God has foot, and he exploded his toes and the universe started expanding. Anybody has to believe that, because I'm just proposing that theory, and that is even not proven true or not proven false. There are no fact that can prove that, because that is beyond our searchings that we have reached. We can propose anything in that sense which is not even searched till now. So there is no proof that do God exist or not exist. And if God exists, Javed Akhtar said, why these all bad things, irregular things are going on? If nature has no justice pattern, nature is just operating on the dominant things, like which will dominate, that will survive. There is no law, there is no ethics, there is nothing there. And also in our countries, when we form a government, we make a constitution that is based on the majority, and everybody has to follow that. Some people agree, some people rebel, some people become the cause of terrorism, but the majorities think the dominant thing everybody has to follow. That is natural. In every country the law changes. In a country, it is also possible that the rape is justified. In a religion, it is also possible that the rape is justified. In a religion, woman has very less rights. In a religion, woman has a lot of liberal things. woman is superior. So there is no law kind of thing. Every religion is saying that God has given me the knowledge to build this uh, rule of the reference of ethics. But what is that? That is just a bullshit. They are contradicting each other. Which God is true? Which religion, which belief is true? And how, when they are claiming that God is beyond their understanding, God is beyond their scientific capacity, God is beyond their communication, so how it is possible for us human to understand what God has said about the ethics and morality? Bullshit. That Mufti was even not aware of the scientific things, how matters work, what is the limitation of the matter, what is the proposed theories, what can be the maximum limit of our thinking to understand how universe was created, how it is expanding. Started from an island, the ball was make this ball bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and how that ball reached the God was responsible. That is just a bullshit. How people were listening to that, and how a person kind of Saurabh Dwivedi can invite him on the London top to show people how the bullshit things that people can come uh, and especially when I see that how narratives work, a special group of people that is related to the specific religion he belonged to, we're trying to prove that in that debate the Mufti won, but there is no such proof. Every time Javed was more confident and he was giving more logical and proof based questions. So how Mufti won? There was no declaration, there was no acceptance of like, what the fuck is that? People are just spamming the misleading message regarding the debates, the cutted clips, the one sided narrative to just satisfy their ego, just satisfy their religious beliefs that the God exists. What the fuck is that? I will just say you be aware, search everything, see everything properly in a full form, and then you judge and say that what was right or wrong. I will not be in the debate of the right or wrong. I just see that both were giving their points and both were good. It can be said that one person had wrong points on the basis of the real arguments. If you have one person said the right point on the basis of real arguments you are having to support your dialogues you are saying about that. तो यही सब है, चूतिया मत बनो.